think a lot of people will get overwhelmed by the amount of information that's around about self-improvement. And it's great, and I love seeing it. I love hearing people talk about the masculine energy that they have and the masculine imperatives and incentives that they have to do work and to work hard towards their goals. And to have that positive feedback loop and to have that momentum, I love seeing it. And as much me personally, I'm a person who would like to keep working because I know I'm going to adapt and I will eventually adapt. But there's one thing that I won't stop doing, which is allowing myself to sit with myself. We're always about learning, we're always about trying to do new things and get new information, more knowledge. We'll sit in the shower, put on a Chris Williamson podcast, Modern Wisdom, try to learn something new while we're in the shower, while we're brushing our teeth. And we fill every piece of empty time, each gap in our schedule, with trying to learn something new, with trying to improve with ourselves. And no, that's not a bad thing, but when you don't leave time to yourself, it can become a bad thing. Lots of people will have negative things lurking inside of them, lurking inside their brain, inside of their mentality. And they won't know because every second of the day is filled with trying to learn something new. Because they're trying to block out those negative thoughts, those negative anchors. See, that's a hard word. Look at me bringing out these fucking metaphors. But where the fuck was I? Those negative anchors that are pulling them down. Right? A lot of people try to avoid them. And we kind of use self-improvement as a way to do that. Because we're scared of what would happen if we were to sit with ourselves. If we were to have a conversation with ourselves in our own head, we're scared of what would happen. Sitting with yourself is an incredibly, disturbingly uncomfortable experience. Because there's so many things that you've repressed that you don't even know of, you've unconsciously repressed, that when you sit with yourself, they'll come out. And you'll realize all these things that you've been holding back, and you don't want to face them. And you've clouded every single time that you could have, allowed one to come out with some sort of self-improvement video or book. I always preach about sitting and staring at a wall. But I guess the real reason you want to do that is because it brings out those negative thoughts. It brings out those negative emotions. And yeah, it may be difficult to feel them. You may not want to face them. But you're going to have to. There's that inner child in you. Maybe you had a traumatic childhood like I did. Or maybe you had other traumatic events happen to you which you haven't fully dealt with face on yet. And that's up to you. If you give yourself time to sit with yourself, allow that discomfort, just as much as you allow the discomfort of self-improvement and discipline to come into your life, you have to allow the discomfort of those negative emotions to come out and face them. Stand up straight with your shoulders back. Be a responsible man. Face it. Face your own emotions. Face you. And as much as it's about the competition with other men, the man who is able to control his own emotions, who hasn't got these negative anchors lurking inside of his head, he's going to wipe the floor with you if you don't deal with them. That's not me saying that I'm a guru who's fixed every sort of negative issue that he's had in his life. No, I haven't. I've had so much happen, so much traumatic bullshit that I'd only spoken about a couple days ago for the first time ever since it happened. And then I'd seen some sort of relaxation in my subconscious mind and mentality. And that's what you have to do. You have to allow them to surface. Stop repressing them. Once you do that, I guarantee you'll find relaxation, a bit of mindful stillness. Your concentration will improve. You see, that's one thing, right? Ever since I had that one conversation with my friend Harry about my childhood, about the trauma that happened, the first time I'd spoken to anyone about what happened, I've been able to concentrate more. I've been more focused. My brain has been sharper. And I can't tell you the science behind that. I don't know the science behind that. Okay, I'm no scientist. I'm no neurologist or psychologist or psychiatrist. Or psychiatrist, where I can just figure out exactly what it is that's going on in my head. But I can tell you the things that I've seen or I've experienced as a result of talking, as a result of letting them surface. So let those emotions surface and see what kind of man you are after you deal with the problems that you have in your head, the negative problems that you have in your mind. And then see where you get from there. Thank you for listening, man. Alright? Go get that shit. Mwah.